Hello, Shabbat Shalom. I'm coming to you here for this episode of the 5-minute Farbi from Yerushalayim HaKodesh, the holy city of Jerusalem, Israel. This is we're just concluding the 2 days of Yom Tov, of the 19th of Kislev and the 20th of Kislev, otherwise known as the Chag HaGeula, the Chag HaHagim, the festival of all festivals, the Rosh Hashanah of Chassidus. So what is the big deal? Everyone is all over the world carrying out big forbringings and making a tremendous tumult over the redemption from the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, 219 years ago. The first time I experienced Yud-Tes Kislev, it was 13 years ago. I had just started yeshiva. I was in Far Chabad, Israel. And everyone was getting all prepared for this big forbringing, and they were setting up these big signs for Yud-Tes Kislev, and huge tables, and the unbelievable food and mashka, and I didn't know what was going on. So I asked one of the bachrim there, the yeshiva bachrim, why is everyone getting excited? What's the big day? And they said, today is the 19th of Kislev. I said, what is the 19th of Kislev? I explained, this is the day that the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad, got released from prison. That he was imprisoned from in Soviet Union by the Tsar for spreading Chassidus, spreading Chabad Chassidus, and it was considered a counter-Russian, a counter-revolutionary activity, and they put him in prison. I said, wow, how long was he in prison for? They said, for 53 days. I said, 53 days? That's nothing. My boy just got out after 17 years. I've got friends that have been doing life. 53 years is not a big deal. They explained to me that it's not an ordinary person going into prison. This is the leader of the generation, the Nasi Hador, the Moses of the generation. So why was he imprisoned, and what was the big deal about his release? The whole point was that Chabad Hasidus is a roadmap. It's the deepest secrets of the Torah and the deepest secrets of the universe, and more importantly, the deepest secrets of your soul. Up until that point in time, for thousands of years, Jewish people around the world kept Torah and mitzvot for one reason. That God said, I'm instructing you to do it, and I'm your father, I'm God, and this is what I'm telling you, so you do it. You don't ask questions. And that's how it was for thousands of years. But the spiritual darkness got so bad that Hashem said, I've got to give them a brighter light. I've got to give them a deeper insight as to why they're doing all these things. So Chabad Hasidus is literally a roadmap of your soul, of the deepest secrets of what's going on inside of you. And when the Alter Rebbe was in prison, one of the guards, started asking him some questions. The guard was a goy, but he was learned in the Torah and the Bible. And he asked the Alter Rebbe, it says at the beginning of the Bible, and God says to Adam, after he caught him eating from the tree, he said, where are you? And the question is, he asked the Alter Rebbe, God's omnipotent, omniscient. How does he not know where Adam was? So the Alter Rebbe explained that the Torah is eternal, and the guard agreed that the Torah is eternal, meaning it's not a history book, but it takes place forever, and it is a guide map for all of our lives, for wherever we are and whatever time and place we may be. And so what God was saying to Adam is, where are you holding in connection to the reason why you're here? God knew where he was physically, but the question is that what determines where we really are? God has given us all a map, an instruction on a reason why we're here. And the reason why we're here is to make the world a dwelling place for Hashem, a godly place. So God was asking Adam, where are you? Where are you holding in this process? What is going on with you in your life as it is connected to where your journey is and the reason you came into this world? And the guard, was impressed by the answer, and it made a lot of sense to him. And the reason the Alter Rebbe was in prison is because these secrets of the Torah that had been concealed for so long, there was a question that the Alter Rebbe had, because he knew that it was not only a decree in this physical world, but from above as well. So he was starting to be concerned that maybe it was not time to be spreading these secrets of the Torah. But when he was redeemed and released, that's when the beginning of the really spreading out of the wellsprings of Hasidus to the furthest corner of the world took place. And first of all, what is Hasidus? The Baal Shem Tov came along to teach us that Hasidus is basically that no matter where we are or where we're holding in our life, no matter how far away we may be, each and every one of us has the opportunity to build a personal and meaningful relationship with God. Now, Chabad Hasidus and the Alter Rebbe came along through the Tanya to teach us how to do that. He gave us a very clear map on how to live the fullest of our lives. You know, if God forbid you were on your deathbed and you were really sick and the doctor said, I have a prescription for you, this medicine will save your life. Would you say, well, I'm not going to take it until first I fly to the factory where they manufactured it, and I interview all the pharmacists and the scientists who put together these ingredients, and I make sure each one of the ingredients work together properly, and then I want to sit with the doctor and go to med school with him so I could understand how he knows to prescribe me the right drug. God forbid, in 2 seconds you would take the medicine to save your life. But yet God gives us a Torah, He gives us an instruction book, a roadmap on what we need to do, on how to live our life to the fullest, and we question. And we don't do what it is we're supposed to do. Why? What do we have to lose? You know, when every time we were as kids, our parents all said, just try. If you don't like it, then you don't have to continue. But this is the answer. This is the answer to all of the things that we're going through in our life, all the difficulties and the challenges. You know, the biggest challenge that we have is finding our identity, finding our purpose, who we are and why we're here. And the key, the path to figuring out who we are is through doing. When we do what we're supposed to do, when we live the life that God instructed us to do according to the Torah, we start getting in touch with who we really are and our true identity. One of the greatest epiphanies I had my whole life when I was 30 years old was the realization that money and success does not equal happiness, it does not equal peace, it does not equal joy. In fact, the contrary. The more things we accomplish and the more we succeed and the more money we make, the more empty we feel, because we realize, now what? I did all this and it's still not fulfilling me inside. If our insides were built out of money, then perhaps if we made a lot of money, we'd be happy. But inside of us is a godly soul. And therefore, the only way to really connect with ourselves and to really be truly happy and fulfilled and at peace with ourselves and the world is to connect to that godly soul. And how do we do that? That's what the Alter Rebbe came to teach us through Chabad Hasidus. So God bless you. Have a wonderful Shabbat. Have a very good Yom Tov. You should be written and sealed in the book of life for a good year in the way of Hasidus and learning Hasidus. And Mashiach should come right now. Blessings from the holy city of Jerusalem, Israel.